Hey everyone, it's Ashley here for Not2Shabby, and today I'm going to share with you my design team project for this week. I will link in the description box all of the products that I share, and if you do head over to the Not2Shabby shop, you can use my coupon code CraftyGirl to save 10% on your purchase. So today I'm going to be making this really cute little scene card. It is for a baby, and it says congratulations, and I think it would be really cute for a baby shower or if you know someone that's having a baby. So I'll get started by showing you the products I used, and then I'll get right into the process video. So first up, I used this stamp set by Waffle Flower, and it's called Popping In, and it's so cute. There's this little dresser, and you can interchange whether you have a little girl dresser drawer or a boy one, and you can have those little critters peeking out. There's so many cute little elements on that set. I just love it. I'm also going to be using quite a few dies. So the first one is the Lawn Fawn Fancy Scallop Rectangle Stackables. I also used the Lawn Fawn Large Stitch Rectangle Stackables, the Lawn Fawn Small Cross Stitch Rectangle Stackables, and then I also used these Lawn Fawn Stitched Scalloped Borders, and I used the middle one there. And I just use that so that you could kind of have the wallpaper or the background kind of coming to a middle part where the carpet is. So these are the papers I used. I used the MFT Dots and Stripes Confection 6x6 paper pad and also this Smitten Kitten Doodlebug paper pad. So here's the cardigan up close, and let's get started with the process video. So first up, I am taking the small stitch stackables die, and I'm cutting that out on the yellow and then also on the blue. And then I'm going to take this little triangle paper and cut out the scalloped die there. Then I'm taking some white cardstock and I'm going to cut out that on the cross stitch paper. Now for these, I want to have them come together, so I'm going to take the stitch scallop border die and I'm going to put that on the blue one and cut it. I'm just taking some post-it note tape to put it where I want it and keep it secure so that I can put it through the die cutting machine. And this is going to give it a cute little scallop, and then it will kind of look like wallpaper that meets the carpet, which looks really sweet, especially for a little baby card. So I'm going to do the card base first, and then I'll do the little stamped images after. So I'm just taking a white cardstock piece and I'm just adhering it there onto the A2 sized card base. Then I'm going to take that scalloped paper there and I'm just using my ATG gun to adhere that on. Now I'm going to take that white piece of paper and then those other pieces, and I want to add a little bit of twine underneath it. So I'm actually going to use some Doodlebug twine, and I love these so much. They're such a great value, those little twine packs. So I'm going to use some of that buttercream yellow color. I think it's called Bumblebee, and then I'm going to use some of the gray color as well. So I'm pulling some of that out. And I'm going to put it behind that white cardstock panel so that it kind of comes out really sweet along the side. And I did double it up and wrap it around twice, but I decided that it was a little bit bulky, so I wanted to only wrap it around once. So I did cut down the twine so it wouldn't be so long. And I'm just setting those pieces on there to see how they'll look. So now I'm just going to take that twine and I'm taking some washi tape. You could use masking tape or scotch tape, or you don't even have to use tape if you don't want, but I just wanted it to be secure. So I'm just taping down the twine there and adding adhesive on the backing of that page. And then I'm adhering that down. And then I'm going to tie on my little bow there. And it looks really sweet with the mixture of the yellow and gray together. Now I'm going to adhere this blue piece onto the yellow and adhere that down onto the card base. And so this is how I like to do cards sometimes, where I start out by doing the whole card base and then adding my stamped images on after. I knew kind of an idea of how I wanted to have the card base, so I thought I'd just get that part done so that it would make it easier for adding on the images. So I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink and I'm going to stamp up that cute little dresser. It's so sweet. And then you have the choice of using two different little drawers that you can put on there. You could leave the dresser just how it is or add on one of the drawers. And I couldn't decide. I really wanted to use the one that was more boyish, since it's kind of like a gender neutral card, but I really wanted to use the little girl with the bow. So I do go with the bow and I end up just coloring it yellow, so it's kind of like gender neutral. So I stamped out the little pot there with the flowers in it and that cute little baby outfit and the little picture, and then also a little radio. This stamp set is so cute for making scenes. It has everything you need in it, and there was just so many options. I found myself like having so much trouble deciding because there were so many cute ways I could go with this card. So for the flowers, I went with pinks because I really wanted to sneak in a little bit of pink on this card, so I used RV14, RV13, and blended that out with RV11. And then for the petal part, I used YG06 and YG03. And then for the duck, I used Y38, Y35, and then blended that out with Y32. And then for the bow, I used Y15 and Y11. And then for their cheeks, I used R22 and R20. And then I just did the background here with B000, so I just have a light background to that little picture frame. And then I did the bunny ears R20. For the little radio, I don't end up using the radio. It just didn't fit into the scene, but I did leave the coloring of it in. I used B05, B02, and B00. And you can probably see that little baby outfit is colored. I did it yellow, so it'd be gender neutral. And when I finished, it just looked so much like a little bumblebee outfit because it has black stripes on it. So I end up re-stamping that later in the video and making it into more of a greenish color. And I do it the same color as that vase, so the onesie and the little vase is going to be B02 or G02 and G00. And then I'm using for the little bunny W1 just to add a little bit of shading there. And the little brown bunny was E34 and E30. Now I end up cutting out the images. There is a coordinating die for this set, which I will link below as well, but I just have my fussy cutting scissors to use for this stamp set, and I just cut out all of these little images. And I just wanted to do this because I was having some trouble deciding what color I wanted to do. I just had so many options running through my head, and I thought it'd be better if I just cut all the images out, and since the card base is done, I can kind of set it on and then I can decide how I want it to look. So I'm just finishing cutting that part. Now I'm going to get my card base, and honestly, I could probably have just left that dresser white. It's so cute. I could have just colored in those little knobs on there with the little hearts. I could have just done those pink, and it probably would have been good, but I do go a few steps further, so I'll keep showing you those. So I do recolor that onesie, as I had said. I couldn't decide, and I wanted to stamp out the sentiment, which I chose the one that said, "Congratulations." So I'm just adding that on, and I just took my images off so that I would make sure I didn't get any black on them. And then I'm just cutting out that little onesie. And the yellow totally looked cute now that I'm watching the video as I'm doing the voiceover. I probably could have left it yellow. It looked really sweet yellow, but at the time when I was seeing it close up, it just looked like a little bumblebee outfit. So I did end up going with G02 here and G00. And then it looks so cute, kind of just hanging on the side of the dresser. So I kind of fuss about with the images trying to decide the colors. I do the frame here, C8, C4, and C2. And you could do this little frame in a ton of cute baby colors as well. I just wanted to get a little bit of gray into this card because the background panel had a little bit of gray in it. So I wanted to just incorporate a tiny bit of gray. So this was a good way to do that. And then I can put that on the front, and I just love how it looks like there's tons of layers. So I decided to do the dresser with a little bit of yellow, so I used Y15, Y13, and Y11. And I'm just blending that out. And then I realized that I don't have to color the dresser, the main bottom part of the dresser, because that's going to be covered up with the piece that goes on top of it. So I just left that part. And then I'm using G02 and G00 for the little heart knobs that are on the dresser there. And I'm using B02 and B00 to blend out the little outside part. And then I'm going to do the same thing on those top little drawers there. And you could color this up so many cute ways. If it was a girl or a boy, you could make it more blue or more pink. And it would actually be really cute paper pieced. I never even thought of that until just now, but that would be really sweet paper pieced. So now I just take my G00 and I just adding in a little bit of coloring to this background part. And now I can assemble the card. So I'm going to, oh, I actually add a little bit of gray shading. So I use W3 and W1 just to do the shading for the little dresser. I forgot that I did that part. So I'm just blending that out, and then I'm going to assemble the card down. So I do use some foam dots to put on the back of the little popped out dresser part so that it will kind of come forward and it will look dimensional. So I'm going to use my adhesive tape to put down that little picture frame and then also to put down the little dresser. And then I'm using the pop dots to put on the back of this part because then it's going to look like it's coming out of the dresser, like the little drawers coming at you. And then I put on that cute little top or little baby outfit and then also the cute little flowers there. So then I decided I wanted to just add a little bit of bling or dimension on there as well at the top. So I just took some pearls from my stash. I just got these at the dollar store and I put them at the top and also on the little drawer knobs. And then I took this cute little bow that I also found when I was looking for the pearls, and I thought that looked perfect there on that little flower pot. And then I'm just taking my black and white jelly pen. I add some little dots on the little baby outfit. And I also add some polka dots on the little frame. And then I added black on the eyes of the little bunnies and the duck there. And then I also used the white jelly pen just to put a little dot on the cheeks of the bunny and the duck. And then I used my Spectrum Noir glitter pen just to sparkle it up a little tiny bit. And that is my card, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will link below all the products that I shared. Don't forget, if you head over to the shop, you can use my coupon code, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye now!